So here we are again, Zwift number 25. It was lovely to get a few comments before we started about people wanting to watch the video. People must have seen my name in the pen and wanted to see what I did later on. So that was nice. I had a few comments from Jean Verstraete and Martino Sabia asking about whether I was going to do a video. So this is, like I said, Zwift number 25. 3 laps around the Fan Flats course. And it was around about 19.6 kilometres, just over 50 metres of incline, which is a very flat course on this series. Obviously, this is the 5th race in the series. I believe the series is finishing at the end of this month, and this will be the last stage in the series. But 110 people joined this race. It was the 6 race on Tuesday night. And I went for a different sort of approach for this race. I didn't go off and really blast out hard. I wanted to try and conserve a little bit of energy, see if I could actually, you know, just ease myself into the race rather than being absolutely goosed and trying to push up hard. At this point, I leveled up, went through level 54 and got myself a paint kit, a 1980s paint kit, I believe. So this, I'm not sure how I would use that on the Tron bike. I don't even know if I can use it on the Tron bike, but yeah, another gift, another level up, which is pleasing to see. But you can see at this point that potentially I'm getting distance from the front group. It says there I'm 75th position, but we do actually blob up here, and I think there's about 82, 83 of us in the group, and because I was pushing hard to try and catch up, I've ended up going almost through the front. So yeah, it all starts to settle down about now, and let's just see how it all progresses. It was nice to see a few names that I recognised from the week before. There was an L. Wildman that I saw his name pop up. Somebody who I've started following now on Zwift, Rachel Mendoza, her name keeps on popping up. I try and follow as many Welsh people as possible. Not because I'm Welsh, I actually just live in Wales. I've lived here for over 50 years, so I feel as though I can say I'm an honorary Welsh person, but actually born in England. So yeah, she was here as well. Another one whose name I keep popping up, and I had a few conversations with last week because he's got his own YouTube videos as well, and that's People Brock. He posted a picture. He posted a video from the race last week. And the other name that I see from time to time is E Climb by Bike. His name keeps on popping up. He's about 10 places ahead of me at this point. So we're riding up now, up to the start finish line on the other side of the track, and we're gonna go up to the U-turn at the top end of the course. I always notice how this eye can be massively impacted by my position on the course. Currently I'm in the centre. I don't actually know where I go around. I think I go around on the right hand side, so you'll see my position alters quite considerably within the group. We are quite blobbed up, so that's not too bad, and there's a huge amount of drafting impact. Actually I ended up on the left hand side, so I've just completely contradicted myself there. But we're all nicely blobbed up. Huge impact by the drafting effect, and I'm feeling really confident and feeling quite happy here. My average watch has dipped slightly down to 234 as we go over the start finish line, and I'm feeling reasonably happy. But what I haven't been thinking about, what I'm not concentrating on, is my power-ups. You can see that I've just used a power-up just after the start finish line. Clearly I should have been using that and dropping that just before the start finish, where I would have got another one. And it wasn't until I went round this roundabout here with the rider on the monument that I realised that I'm distanced quite a lot, and how the peloton is stretched out. You can see it greatly there around that 90-degree right hand turn. So I'm working hard here. My watts are up over 280, 300, and I'm just gradually trying to ease back into the rest of the group, hoping that there's no split occurs so that I'm distanced, because like I said, with that draft effect of around 70 riders all pushing hard, once you've dropped off you're not going to be able to catch hold of it. But I think it was around about 5.7k into the race that I actually caught back hold of the rest of the riders in the race. Off the back goes S Doors. I think that was just momentarily happened for him, and I think he actually comes back through. But you'll see that because I'm pushing so hard, I've ended up coming straight through the middle, straight through to the front here, and I start leading, which was pleasing for a few seconds. But you know, it would have been interesting to make a real attempt at a breakaway, because I don't think it would have been possible, because as soon as anybody in this group of 80 sees anybody making a move for it, they just pull straight back again. So as quickly as you saw that I was off the front, I'm now right at the back of the group, back in 70th position, and it just happens again. I've put a little bit of effort in and I'm back on the front again. That didn't happen too often. That was just a small example of how your effort can just alter your position within the group. But yeah, it's all blobbed up again. Everyone's together, nobody's being dropped, and the race continues. So fast forward to 10 kilometres, you can see I'm pushing through. I've used my power up drafting boost and I'm back out at the front. Just needed a bit of a break there. Again, I'd forgotten to use it at the right time. Again, that's just amateurish really, and just not using the power ups to the best of their ability. But yeah, you know, just a bit of concentration, nothing more than that. So working forward now, plenty of people in this group still. One or two have dropped off now, and I think we're up down to about 78 riders in that front group. But everyone's working hard, pleased with how I'm working. Average watts is stabilising at just under the 240 mark, and I always look to see if I can get it into the 240s. So let's just see how this progresses now. So a slight jump forward there of less than a kilometre. We get to the 12 kilometre point and we see a rider go off the front, dressed in green, yellow Tron. His name was D. Hastings. I don't know whether he was trying to make an effort for it. I'd be surprised if he is able to hold this effort and push forward, because like I said, the draft is just so immense from the rest of the group, and he is, like I said, pulled back, and you'll see him drop back. He actually ends up coming in the back alongside myself. I think he just wants to get on the channel maybe. So coming up to the start finish banner and 5 kilometres to go, 1 lap to go. Group is quite stretched. You can see somebody's dropped off the back. I think that's S. Dawes again, who we'd seen previously, but rest assured he does push back through again shortly. So we're really stretched out. I'm really struggling. I've not got much left to give, but what I would point out at this point is something I tried to work on this time, is the ability just to get out of the seat and to put a little bit of effort in out of the seat. It's not something I tend to do much, and it's something I need to try and work on more, because I can put that effort in. So if you watch my watts in the last 4 kilometres, you'll see from time to time periodically I will just put a little boost in, and that's where I've just gone up out of the seat. There we go, 260. I don't think that was actually one, but because I think they were peaking up around 300, 350 watts, but just to try and get me into a better position. I'm in a good position here and competing up the front, but normally you've seen that I've been just back in 70th position and around that point, right at the back of this peloton. But I feel as though I'm a lot happier in this position at the moment, working hard. Watts are averaging 240, so that's really stayed consistent throughout the whole race. Normally my watts average would start around 270 and just tail off down to 230 and possibly even into the 220s. So as quickly as I'm commenting on the group being all stretched out, you can see at this point here we're all blocked back up again, and perhaps that's from the effort I put in from time to time when I'm out of the seat. You can see that I pushed there a little tiny bit. You'll see from time to time that there are better examples of me pushing through and working hard to get through the group. But we've got 1.9 kilometers to go. Everyone continuing to work hard. There we go, the 380 watts of pushing forward, but I can't sustain it for too long and can't certainly get out the front. So just wondering how this is going to finish. Inside the final 1.6 kilometers, and it's all very tight. Everyone at the front potentially has got the opportunity to take this race. So shortly I will pan through the rest of the groups just for the finish, and rather than concentrating on myself, you'll be able to see the other riders coming through. So we're inside the final kilometre now, and I've slowed it back down to normal pace because there's a lot going on towards the end. We're a little bit stretched. I'm hanging on for dear life. I'm back in 64th position, not really in contention for pushing, but let's see what happens. They might slow it down a little bit, I might speed it up a bit, but I don't feel as though I've got that amount of energy to be able to impact on this race at all. But as soon as I say that, I do find that without increasing my watts greatly, it looks as though we're going to start to finish in a big blob. So about 500 metres to go at this point, and 65-70 riders still in the race. I think at this point, yeah, here we go. I've started panning through the rest of the group to try and find the leaders so I can concentrate on filming them, so that I'm not focusing on myself now. I'm putting in a bit of effort, but obviously by not watching myself, I'm not too sure how I'm getting on. But I stretch it out to the front. I focus on M. Elias from Germany for a little bit. Then I see F. Curvin, the Swede, drop 9.5 watts, and Martino Sabia does something similar, but then shooting through on the left-hand side, R. Karasov from Russia bombs through from about 10-15 places back and takes the win. An impressive sprint towards the end, and he did really, really well to come from where he did. I didn't actually see how many watts he was pushing, but yeah, very impressive. So the final results came up with R. Karasov averaging 2.9 watts, D. Ackerman averaging 2.7 watts, both in around 230-240 watts average. Martino Sabia 266 watts, must be quite a light rider compared to myself because he's averaged 3.0 watts there. Then C. Salavin in 4th, averaging 3.4 watts, and F. Curvin in 5th, who averaged 3.2 watts, not anything that I can compete with. There I am, back in 72nd position. I slowed it down towards the end to film the others, but averaged 2.6 watts, which is reasonably good for me. My race score still stayed at 300, but reasonably happy with the effort I put in. Watts were good, so yeah, an interesting ride, enjoyable ride. Thanks for the few people who commented on various things, including watching the video and whether I'm putting the video up. Clearly to no great extent, but clearly some people are enjoying what I'm doing, so I'll continue to do it. Once, twice a week maybe, we'll see how we get on. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all again in Zwift 26.